Now, do you know what I pulled you over for, sir? Well, maybe it's for playing this music. So first up is automatic water for animals and greenhouses. This is by Yokadim, 0.23 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under silos. Now, to be fair, this could be a game changer. I don't use that word very often. I don't think I've ever said it on this channel, but this is definitely one for if you don't like putting water in anywhere. Yeah, now you place it down. Obviously, it's in silo extensions. It's only going to cost you $5,000, which is all right. But if you see there in the bottom left-hand corner, it's got a 1 billion litre capacity. Yeah. Dear, oh dear. Now, obviously, what you want to do with this is put it into your facility. Whether you've got a greenhouse, whether you've got an animal. So if I placed it sort of where the water trigger would normally go in, jobs are good. Now, if we go into here, you'll see there, water. We've got a 2 billion litre in this greenhouse. This is the standard small greenhouse from the base game, and we've now got 2 billion litres of water. I'm never going to need to fill this up again, so obviously you just go in like that and then just turn it on. We'll put some chilies in. The jobs are good. I'm never going to have to fill this greenhouse up again. It's now got 2 billion litre capacity. That is awesome. Now, it is saying as a note on the website that it's used as a silo and it will pick it up. I'll read the note out. It says, the only way to automate water in consoles without using a script is with a silo extension already filled with water, which is what it is. It's basically already full. All right, fair enough. So I'd imagine after a while, if you placed plenty of greenhouses down or animals down, it is going to empty it out. But still, we've now got, well, it says 1 billion litres with that one. I mean, this one's now shown up in the greenhouse as 2 billion litres. It's going to take a while to get through. That's awesome. Well, next up is place Decotrees Indefinitely. This is by Dirt How Profi, 40.71 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under decorations. Now, I will say this to start with. When I first went to plant these trees, I say plant these trees, they're decorative, so you can't cut them down. They are just there. I mean, you can sell them. So if you used to go into it like that, there you are, you can demolish it, no problem. I wasn't getting any trees showing up. I had to actually go down and then into the old tree section, you know, have a little mooch around there a little bit, then go back into decorations, and then they all came up. I've actually planted a few trees around here, and I don't know where they are. All right, fair enough, because they allowed me to put it down, took money out of my bank account. I can't see them, but all right, fair enough. Now, basically, you've got all these trees, and it says plant Decotrees Indefinitely, which is obviously decorations. They're not real trees. You're not going to be able to cut them down. They're just for the old aesthetics of your farmyard. All right, fair enough. And we're sticking with trees for the next one, because this is Tree Deco Pack. This is by AgroCopera, 21.55 megabyte on the download. And again, you're going to find them under decorations. Now, we've got a couple of different versions here. So we've got a bamboo tree. We then got a Lapacho tree. I'll zoom out better. There we are, that's better. We then got a Lapacho tree yellow version. We then got a mango tree. We've also got a bigger mango tree. Got a palm tree and then a small palm tree. Now again, like the previous ones, they are just for decoration, so you can't cut them down. All right, fair enough. Me decorate your yard. I mean, with the pink and yellow ones, brighten it up a little. Next up is Village Shop. This is by Cookson, 7.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sell points. That's going to cost you 20 grand to place down, and obviously it's somewhere for you to sell your stuff right out the front in the hatch marking area. Now, it doesn't look like we can go in the building, but we'll give it a try. I mean, those windows look pretty shut up, I must admit, but all right, fair enough. I mean, it doesn't take up that much space, so you could place it down, maybe, you know, fill out your farmyard, that sort of thing. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is Medium Garage. This is by 750 Ti Modding, 9.79 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, we do have a customizable option, so we'll click on that. You can change the colour, so we'll go for red. It's going to do those bits, so the roof and the doors and the old guttering down the side. And obviously, as the name would suggest, it's a garage, so we can open up that door. A little bit of a parking area in there, a little bit of junk on the go. Standard for any sort of garage, especially in the UK. Nobody parks their cars in garages around here. You just fill it up with junk. So, all right, no problem. A couple of workbenches in there. So we've got 2 doors in this one, and we've got a man door. just there. So we've got light switch as well. Like that. How about me? Are they? There you are. They're all right. I mean, not that bright, mind you, but, you know, it'll be all right when it gets a bit dark. And on the end, we got this one down here, which, again, park some stuff in here. No problem. All right, fair enough. Next up is Dairy Special. This is by NASA B82, 10.95 megabyte on the download. I'm going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's going to cost you 25 grand to place down, and we're going to be able to make a few new things. Now, you've got your usual shenanigans with your dairy situation. So you've got your loading in point just there. Obviously, you've got your pallets point just there. And then we've got our production chain menu right inside. Oh, fair enough. And open up that door. There you are. Click on that menu. Come on. When's the menu not clicking? Ah, that's it. Bit further in the corner. Now, we've got the usual, as I said, the usual shenanigans with your buffalo milk, your butter, your cheese, your chocolate, as well as aged goat cheese. All right, fair enough. We've also got gorgonzola. We then got mozzarella. Ricotta is your last one. So you've got 4 new things, as well as your standard dairy shenanigans. You've got 4 new cheeses. All right, fair enough. So what we've got here? So this is your pallet of mozzarella. We then got the gorgonzola with some giant wheels of cheese in there. That's all right. We then got your aged goat cheese, and then you've got your ricotta cheese just there. Now, if we go into the old prices menu, they can be sold at normal sale points as well, which is all right. So we've got the aged goat cheese there. How much is that? 21 grand, 22 grand for a pallet? That's not bad at all. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and we can make some different cheeses. Oh, very nice. But next up is temporary wire silos. This is by JD Modeling ARG. It's 3.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, I've got 3 different versions. So we have got a 12,000 litre capacity one for 750. We then got for £1,000, 34,000 litre capacity, and for 1,500 to buy 74,000 litre capacity. Now, obviously, these are there to sort of keep your crops in check while you're waiting for, you know, maybe a full-time silo to be built, or if you're just waiting to sell it off, no problem. Now, you will need an auger to take it out, obviously at the pipe, and you will need an auger to put it in at the top. But if you've got one of these, the old Bailey high-lift trailer, yeah, you don't need an auger to put it in at all, because I've already filled up the first one. So you can just reverse over the top like that. We'll spin it around. We'll go to the middle one. There we are. Unload it to the top. Don't need an auger at all. I mean, I will need one to take it out, mind you, but alright, fair enough. Now, you may have noticed that we've got 2 red pipes and 1 purple. That's because if you go for one of them, you can then customise the colour of the pipework. Alright, fair enough. I mean, if you want to do the auger, great. I'll just go for the Bailey high-lift trailer. Much better. Right, next up is US Construction Fences. This is by Gamer Designs, 2.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under fences. Now, we've got 3 different versions. We've got the first one, which is more of a traditional construction fence. We then got the black fabric one, which is just there, and then we've got the camo one just there. Now, to be fair, I want to put that one down. That would be ideal for like a paintballing area, but all right, fair enough. Obviously, these are ideally placed around a pile of something. So if you've got some roadworks that you're facilitating, you know, put one of these around that or that, you know, a pile of stones, that sort of thing. All right, fair enough. And next up is Garage with Workshop. This is by Patty and Icas, 5.74 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under tools, because obviously it's not under sheds. Fair enough. 40 grand to place down. Now, you do have the option of customization, so we can put some solar panels on the roof, and then we can also change the colour to anything that you like. Let's face it, nowadays, changes the walls. So we have got a little man door on the side. There we are. Open up that one. We've also got a big door on the front. I say big door, it's a tall door. And if you've got a wide piece of equipment, yeah, you might struggle, but all right, fair enough. And once inside, you've got the option to do your vehicle repairing. Then you've got your drive-through option on the go down here for your door. And then on the side, we've got these 3 doors that you can open up as well. So plenty of access. You're not going to be struggling to get into the building anyway. All right, fair enough. And next up is Building for Colony. This is by Rajot G-Play, 57.94 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, well, first off, anyway, you're going to be finding it under silos. 40 grand to place down. That's going to have a 80,000 litre capacity. We then come across to this one. So that's going to be found on the sheds. That's going to cost you 5 grand. We then move across to this one here, which is going to be on the sheds again. 20 grand to buy that one. And we'll come across to these last two. Now, I'm saying this is probably going to need an update, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we've got a cow barn just there, so 30 cows going in for 40 grand to buy the building. And then for 40 grand again, also 30 cows going in. Right, so first off, we've got the silos. So we'll open up these doors like that. There we are. They've got a little bit of a garage on the go. Fair enough. And we have got this door as well. You open up there. There we are. So you come in, you dump your stuff into there, no problem. And then you come around here and you take it out of that pipe. We've also got upstairs. Now, I did get up this ladder earlier on. Let's see if I can get up there again. I mean, we'll take it easy. There we are. And again, and again, and again. There, yes. Yes, I'm up there. So open up the door. There we are. Got a little bit of a hayloft on the go. Not quite sure how much you'd get in there. That's a bit of a pain getting up the ladder, but alright, fair enough. And obviously got your open-sided shed. Keep the rain off your vehicles, no problem. Then we've got the standard brick-built shed. So we'll open up that door. Then obviously once inside, plenty of space to be storing some stuff, no problem. And then we come to the cow barn. This one in particular, I think, is the one that's going to need an update. And I'll show you what I mean. So you've got your animal dialogue box just there. You've got your milk taking out point just there. We'll come to open up this door. There we are. And that there. You see the stud work on this door here? Yeah, the studs are staying there. They're not giving you any problems. I mean, it doesn't stop a vehicle getting in, mind you. But, alright, fair enough. Now, you've got your loading in point for your food here. Now, I couldn't get the trigger to unload with the loose straw, but I came in with a belt and it took that, no problem. But, alright, fair enough. I think that this probably needs a slight little update on there. Obviously, your milk taking out point just there. Then we come around here, and we have got, again, the stud work. Alright, fair enough. A little bit of a garage on the go, so plenty of storage options. We're going to climb up this ladder. Can we climb up this ladder? Come on. What about if we take a run up at it? Because there is a little bit of a hayloft at the top. Come on. No, can't get up. And there is doors down either end. That looks like they should be able to open. So if you can get like a telehandler up there, that should sort yourself out, no problem. We've got this other big door just here as well. And again, you've got your drive-through options. It's just the stud work. I think it's these doors. Because all of them, the studs just stay in place. But okay, fair enough. I mean, you've got your slurry taking out point just there. And we'll come across to the next one, which, we've got some escaped cows. What's going on here? We can't shut this door. We've got a loading in point for your food and your straw just there. But, dear, oh dear. I mean, they're out. They're out. I mean, one's gone through a wall, mind you. Well, what's going on with that? Who knows? I mean, you've got your taking out point of your slurry just there. When you have got this little building in here, we can store some stuff. Fair enough. Then we'll come through this door. I mean, they're all drive-through options, so not a problem. You've got your animal dialogue box just there. And we'll come over here, you've got your milk taking out point just there. Again, we've got more storage on the go in this side as well. And that being said, there's a slurry taking out point. Oh, we're down the other side. We've already seen it. Dear, oh dear. I'm so concerned about the cows being out in the open. Dear, there's a slurry taking out point. What are these doing out here? That's not right. They're going to run off. My beef burger's going to run down the road. All right, fair enough. Next up is greenhouses for root crops. This is by Scandinavian Vikings mod rebuilds team. 15.2 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under greenhouses. Now, we've got two different versions. So we've got the wooden construction. That's going to be 11 grand. And the standard metal one, that's going to be 10 grand. Now, these are, if you don't like doing root crops, these might be the one for you. Now, we've got our pallet spawn point down the side like that. Obviously, we've got these doors that open up like that. So currently I've got some carrots grown in here. That's great. Your production chain menu just there. It's going to require manure, seeds, herbicide and water. It's going to be the same on both of them, so just bear that in mind. But if you come into here, obviously you don't need to go through the whole rigmarole of putting your root crops in. Just grow them in the greenhouse and then they come out in pallets. Oh, that's awesome. But what is also awesome on both of these, if you come to this corner here, you see you've got the old hatch marking area. Come up to it, hide warning signs. Gone. Job done. I mean, the pallets would just spawn there as well. You just haven't got the old hatch marking areas. That's ace. Right, next up is Outdoor Chicken Coop. This is by the Lord, 2.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under chickens. Now, this is going to cost you 10 grand for the first one. It's going to hold 500 chickens. We'll come back to that in a minute. The second one is going to be 12 grand, and that's going to hold 750. And the last one is going to be costing you 14 grand, but it's going to hold 1,000. Now, what's different about these between the base game ones is you don't need to put water in, which is great. Now, normally pastures you need to put water in, but we don't with this one, which is awesome. Now, they're all going to be the same. So you got your food going in, you got your animal dialogue box, and then your egg pallet spawn point. Now, going back to the whole what you can fit in these. So this is supposed to hold 500. I've actually got 567. There is no option to expand the fence, so you can't add any extra that way. I've just placed it down as it is, but that holds 67 extra. This one, it's only supposed to hold 750, actually holds 875, so 125 extra in that one. And then the last one, which is only supposed to hold 1,000, which has actually got 1,232. I mean, why not? I mean, 1,000, why not have 232 extra? Well, that being said, I've got 1,200 chickens in here. They haven't produced the eggs that quickly, but alright, fair enough. I mean, the best thing is you don't have to put water in, so that's awesome. And before we carry on with the next mod, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and whilst you're down there, why not check out our merch page? Go get yourself something nice, or maybe to become a channel member. Right, on with the next one, which is the Lely Mower Pack. This is by Just Farming, 12.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under mowers. Now, it's got a 160 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 9 metre working width, and a 13 mile an hour working speed for 49 grand. There is no options, it comes as it is. Now, obviously, this is going to go on the back of your tractor, so maybe you're going to need something to go on the front. Well, they've got you covered because they got this one, the old Splendimo 320 FC, 70 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 3.2 metre working width, and a 13 mile an hour working speed for 20 grand. So 70 horsepower on the front. That's also going to require 160 on the back. So what's that, 230 horsepower? That's not a bad little setup, actually. 9 metre. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Consumable Support. This is by Matteo 40 and Niku Do 55. 3.59 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's only going to cost you £1,000, but it's going to hook up to the front point. Well, I say the front. It's going to hook up to the 3 point. So if you've got a baler on the back, you can have this on the front of your tractor, no problem. Now, this is going to be for your bale wrap. It's going to hold 12 rolls in total. You can have the Rani wrap, you can have the white, the black, the green, the nature green, and then you can also have it as empty if you've got a stash back at your farm. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be the framework. But what if you don't need bale wrap? Well, they got you covered because they got the exact same thing for your bale twine. You can have it full with CaseIH baler twine, MFHD prime twine, New Holland, John Deere, MFHD prime again. Then you got the Kuhn. We've also got the Class. And then we've got the empty version. And again, we've also got the net. Right, fair enough. So you've got your standard, you've got your film binding, your Massey Ferguson, your Fendt, your John Deere, your Class, the Kuhn. You then got your empty version again. So if you're doing a load of baling, if you've got a massive field and you need to refill your baler, get one of these in the front of your tractor. Jobs are good. Right, next up is the Jacto J7700G. This is by Farm Central Soul, 2.7 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, obviously, it's a pressure washer. It's got a 9 horsepower engine, 4 mile an hour top speed, and £4,300 price tag. Now, it's obviously it's a manoeuvrable one. You do get it in, well, you get into it like a vehicle. You can take the lance, you know, you can go wash off your vehicle, whatever. But when you get into it as a vehicle, it's it stood a little weird. I mean, you got to start the engine up, obviously, as you're going along. But it's like doing his best Velociraptor impression. I mean, look at the state of him go. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, why not? I mean, get one of these in your garage. You know, just move it out, jet wash off your vehicles, put it back away. Fair enough. Right, next up is the Lemken Azurit 9 and Solitair 23. This is by Hispano, 18.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under planters. Now, this has got a 600 litre capacity for seed, 150 horsepower requirement for me tractor, and a 6 metre working width with a 10 mile an hour working speed for 63.5 grand to buy. You can then change it from 600 up to 6,000 litres. That is all right. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your design colour. We'll go for pink. It's going to do the old cover for the old seed tank. Now, this is obviously a planter on its own, in its own right, great. But it also comes with this. The Solitaire 23. When I first saw it, I thought this is a bit strange because it's only going to hold solid fertiliser. 2,000 litre capacity. Obviously, you change your colour options. The blue bit's going to be the first one, and then red bit is going to be the top. Right, you can also change it to 20,000 litres. And then I got it out and had a little go. Now, if you go and get the planter on its own, yeah, great. You can plant your seeds, no problem. Got corn on the go. Right, no worries. Then if you look at the map there, we'll see that I sort of planted directly behind where my arrow is, and there's not been fertilised. And you can probably already see where I've been, and I had a little bit of a test out with it. Because if you go and hook this up to the front, it then turns it into a 2-job-in-1. Now we go onto the front part. We want to turn that on. Go onto the back part, then lower it down, and away we go. So we're planting, we're putting corn in, and we're getting fertiliser state at the same time. Oh, fair enough. So if you've got a standard seeder or planter that doesn't do fertiliser and you want to do 2 jobs in one, get this box on the front. Jobs are good un. Right, next up is the AGCO Squarebalers. This is by Farmer Duds and Pascal, 31.74 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under Squarebalers. So we've got the 1290S XD, 200 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 9 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 155 grand if you don't go for the full version. But you're going to need some sort of thing inside it to obviously make the bales. You then have this one, application system. So you're going to have a hay additive, a silage additive, or nothing. Now, if we go for the hay additive, we'll come back to that in a minute. Obviously, puts the tank on the back. Jobs are good. You've got your wheel brands, you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, BKT, Nokian, then back to Trelleborg again. You've got your standard, you've got some wides in there. They're looking all right. Decal designs, you've got Fendt old, Fendt new, Massey Ferguson, Fendt old again. Then got your homologation decal. So 60 kilometre an hour. I'll spin it around the back. Where is it? Oh, on the back there. Just above the old left-hand wheel. Then got 40 kilometre an hour or nothing. Then you can obviously have it with your twine or empty. You got your main colour, which is obviously going to be any one of those. So going for a Massey Ferguson on the old decals. You might want to change it to a red. That looks a lot better. Then you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be the rims. Now, also part of this pack is the newer version. The 1290 NUD. Obviously a little bit more sleeker design, more modern. Fair enough. Same options as before. Now the old hay system. Yeah, the old hay additive. You can buy it in pallets, 880 litres, 2,600 to buy. And they're saying it's going to give you, significantly increase the yield of your harvest, is what the website's saying. All right, fair enough. So if you don't fancy having, because to be fair, silage additive I don't generally go for because I think it's a waste of time. But time will tell if the old hay, what was it called? The old hay additive, whether that's actually worth it. All right, maybe give it a little bit of a test. Find out. No problem. Next up is the Seppi M S9 Base. This is by AGR Design Austria, 6.86 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mulches. Now, it's got a 2.8 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, and a 7 grand price tag. You can then have the designs. You can have it as the old or new colour. You can have it as old black or old colour new. So you've got design old colour new, design old colour old, then design old black, and then back to new. Right, fair enough. Warning signs, yes or no. It's going to be putting those there for you. Then you got attacher types. You got attacher 1 tank. Then you got 1 plus tank. Then 2 tank. And then 2 tank again. Attacher both. And then with your little hydraulic tank down the front. And then number 2. And then back to your first one. So potentially you could put the old 3 point on there. You have two things on the go. This mounted to the back of your tractor and then something else behind it. Fair enough. Well, next up is the Lizard PB3OX1. This is by Agro Sketch, 9.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. So we've got a 40 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 3 meter working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed. And it's going to cost you $2,893 if you don't go for the most expensive one. Although even the smallest one is going to be a little bit extra. But why? Well, the base version, 3,643. Right, okay, fair enough. You do have the options. So obviously the base version is a light harrow. You then got the heavy harrow, the medium heavy, the light harrow with tyres, and then back to your light one again. Now, in real life, obviously that would be more into the ground, digging it up. But obviously, cultivator is cultivator, let's face it. You then got your frame colour, which is obviously going to be, wow, there's a lot of colours on there. It's going to be the frame. The colour of the scraper plates is obviously going to be those bits. You then got your chain colour, we'll go with an orange, does the chains. And then the harrow colour on the back is obviously going to be the harrows. Now, if you're thinking 3 meters is a bit small, well, they got you covered because they've got two bigger versions. So we've got this one here, which is going to require 70 horsepower from your tractor, and it's got a 5 meter working width. Now, again, same options as before. So you can have it from a light all the way up to a heavy harrow. And then the biggest one out the pack is going to be this one, 8 meter working width, 120 horsepower requirement from your tractor. And again, same options. All right, fairly simple design, no problem. And next up is the Kios Series. This is by SMI Modding Team, 22.22 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mulches. Now, it's got a 60 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 4.5 meter working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for £13,190 to buy. You then have the option to have a mulcher or a roller. You then have also the option of the Kios 450 or the 530, which puts up to, as you can imagine, 5.3 meter working width. You've got 6.3 meter working width, a 7.6 meter, and then back to the original 4.5. Then again, you got the rollers or mulches in all of them. Right, fair enough. Well, next up is the Rolmako U665 PowerDisc. This is by JMZ, 25.49 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, this requires 420 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 12 meter working width and 11 mile an hour working speed for a touch over 73 grand to buy. Then you've got the option of versions. You've got your standard discs or your wavy discs. You then got lighting, yes or no. Then we put the old light board on the back with our warning signs. Then you've got leveling screens, yes or no. So you're going to be putting those at the front. Well, I say on the side to be fair. All right, fair enough. Get some disc harrowing on the go. Well, next up is the Maitre Pack. This is by Nico Pix and Nico Do 55. 116.85 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under trailers. Well, the first one anyway. So we've got the Atlas 18, 24,200 litre capacity, 30,300 to buy. Then have the configurations. You've got your standard. You've got your grain bodywork, which is going to put it up to 29,200. Well, saying that, 5,000 extra. All right, fair enough. Silage bodywork is going to be put up to 39,000, and then back to your original. You then got your wheel brands, you've got your Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, Trelleborg, and then back to Michelin again. You've got a couple of different versions on the go in there. Then you've got designs, you've got your standard, and you've got your platform version. Mod guards, yes or no. You can be putting those on the side. And you've got your colour, red, yellow, black, and then back to red again. Now, if you're thinking, you know what, even at the top version, what was it, the 39,000? Yeah, that's a bit too small. Well, they've got some more versions for you. So we've got the Atlas 21 elevator. So that's going to go all the way up to 39,000 again. Although, to be fair, that's exactly the same size as the previous one. But, all right, why are you paying extra for it? Then you've got the Atlas 24, which is then going to be putting that down to 32,000. Although you do have an auger pipe on the back. So, all right, fair enough on that one. You then got the Atlas 24 elevator. So this is going to be going up to 43,000. There you are. That's a little bit better. It's going for a bigger version. You then also have the Vulcane 200 Simple. Now this is going to be a manure spreader. So 12 meter working width and a 200 horsepower requirement for your tractor. 19,000 litre capacity. Got your options on there. You got your wood bodywork. You got your metal bodywork or your standard. So if you put one of those extras on, you're going to be putting up to 21,000 litre capacity. Then come down and we've got the Vulcane 200 double, All right, fair enough. So that's only got 19,021. So I'm assuming that's going to be the double on the axles. That's what the old double's standing for. But all right, no problem. We then got some bale trailers. So we got the first one, the 9 meter. All right, no problem. So you got your Continental, Trelleborg, BKT, the usual shenanigans on your tyres. You can also have the auto load, yes or no. Why would you want it without? I mean, I'd go for auto load every day. Same colour options. You got your folding mechanism. You got your round bale ladder. You got your round bale ladder at the back. You got your square bale. You got square bale at the back, and then back to nothing. Now, obviously, that's going to do. I say in there, 125 to 238 centimetre, and then 120 to 488. That means it's going to be able to do the extra ones. You know, the ones that are not the standard base game. Oh, that is all right. Then got a 10-meter version, obviously a little bit longer, so same options before, obviously with the auto load. Then got the 150C. Then that's, to be fair, it's got a swivel axle on the front. I'd go one of the other two. That's entirely up to you. But all right, fair enough. We've also got the bigger version with a swivel axle on the front. Drive it forward, it's a lot easier. Then come down to the bottom ones, we've got a dump trailer. So this is going to have a capacity from 10,800 litre up to 21,000. Again, you can change the tyres up and then the colour. Jobs are good. And we've also got this, the BMSR60. Yeah, a little trailer. All right, fair enough. 4,100 litre capacity, 8,200 litre capacity if you go for the extra, and then back to the original. And you've also got this one on the end, which is going to be carrying your animals. You can change the colour on it. It's going to cost you 21 grand. It's going to be doing 6 cows. That's a cow sign, isn't it? 6 cows, 14 pigs, 12 sheep, and then 6 horses. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I would say that one. That one there. If you go with that, with the auto load on, and then with both folding mechanisms on the end. Fair enough. Next up is the Agricultural Flatbed Trailer 10 meter. This is by GNFS, 5.69 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the low loaders. Now, it's only going to cost you 7.5 grand, which is all right indeed. You have the option of wheel setups. You've got your standard, you've got your standard 2, then back to your standard. Then you've got your main colour, which is going to be all the framework, which is going to be that bit just there. Then you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, those bits fold down at the back. You bring whatever vehicle on top, and then away you go. I mean, it has got this swivel axle on the front, so maybe just drive forward. It's a lot easier, but all right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Double Drop B Train. This is by Ham and Banshee Woj, 9.48 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the trailers. Now, this is it's an interesting one. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, to be fair, but you've got the option of chicken lights, yes or no. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, and then you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, what I don't make of this is, right, because you've got the trailer, yeah, great, no problem. It's a low loader, let's face it. You can also detach the back bit if you wanted to. But that's it. There is no other options to lower anything down. I mean, you have got straps that you can put on. Great, but it's... I mean, you've got to bump something up there, up the side. I mean, it's great that you could, you know, put another trailer on the back. You know, like some sort of grain trailer. That would be awesome on the back of there. Like have your harvester in there. But to actually put your harvester in there, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I must admit. All right, fair enough. Next up is the Kaweco 28M3 Gooseneck. This is by PowerDisc Demostin, 39.7 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the Slurry tankers. Now, it's got a 28,000 litre capacity, 400 horsepower requirement from your tractor, and a 9-mile-an-hour working speed. It's going to cost you 94 grand. So you do have the option of wheel brands, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitres, BKT, Raderstein, and back to Trelleborg again. You've got some wides in there. They're looking all right. You've got your chassis colour. Obviously, that's going to be your chassis. Well, I say it's the chassis. It's going to be the underside of everything, mind you. Design colour, we'll go with that bit there. It's going to do the top bit. Then you've got your decals. Going to have to go white so we can see them. Right, fair enough. There's those there. And you've got your rims, which is obviously going to be the rims. Now, you will need to have some sort of spreading applicator on the back, whether it's the dribble bar, boom hose, whatever you want to call it. Hook it up. Jobs are good and away you go. Now also, if you wanted to go down the whole immersive route, you can have the front unit. Now this is just going to be for the whole immersiveness of it all. You know, it's not really doing anything. It's just, yeah, going to put your pipe out, suck up the slurry at the pit. But all right, fair enough. Right, next up is CaseIH Headers. This is by Magco, 33.76 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under headers. Now, this has got a 12-meter working width, 6-mile-an-hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 117.5 grand to buy. Now, obviously, this is going to need to be carted around on a header trailer because there's not many roads you're going to get a 12-meter wide header down on its own. But if you didn't fancy putting it on a header trailer, well, they got you covered with this one. The old 3162 Terraflex with the old built-in header trailer. I'd always go for that. Having the trailer built in, always a winner. 13.7 meter working width and a 6-mile-an-hour working speed. It's going to cost you a little bit more than the other one, but having that trailer in is going to help out no problem. And next up is the CaseIH 4400 series corn headers. This is by Jolly Farms Modding, 48.49 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him, as you can imagine, on the harvester headers. Now, it's got a 5.3 meter working width, 6-mile-an-hour working speed. They're going to cost you a touch under 80 grand. Now, you do have the option of model years, so it starts off at 2014 to 2020, then got a 2021, and then back to the original. And it's basically changing the label down the side, but okay, fair enough. End row configurations there. Let's say it properly how it's written out. You then got your end row augers, and you stand. Oh, they look all right actually. I like them. I'll have them put on. Then you got protective screens. You got your yes or no. Can put that there. Now, if you're thinking 5.3 meters a little bit small, well, they got you covered. Because they've got some bigger versions. They've got a 6 meter, a 9 meter, and then a 12.5 meter on the end. This whole big bad boy. Now, it's going to have the same options as before. I will go for those augers on the end. They look awesome. Next up is the CaseIH 2160 Early Riser Planter Series. This is by Custom Modding, 112.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under planters. Now, it's got a 3,523 litre capacity. Is that even a way to say it? 3,500 litres there. That's better. 380 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 27.4 metre. This is a big planter, I must admit. That is awesome. 8-mile-an-hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 310 grand, plus a bit of change. So it is expensive. But you do the option of Lizard Destination Farm, Lizard Tech 12P. Yes, put those tracks on the back, and then back to the original wheels. Then you've got numbers, number 1, and it goes all the way up to number 18. Who's going to have 18 of these planters? But all right, fair enough. Bulk fill scales, yes or no. So I'm going to be putting those at the back just by the tank. All right, fair enough. Then you have the option to have it as a liquid fertilizer tank as well on the top. So that actually takes it from 3,500 up to 5,000 litre combination. Right, now this has got a great unfold animation. Oh, I think it's ace. Right, I'm going to unfold it. Every little wheel is going to plop down like that, ready to go. It's all tucked away nicely. That's awesome. I mean, so much gone into that. Are we going to have the other side? What's it doing now? Oh, it's doing the back ones. Now it's going around this side. I mean, if you're in a hurry, yeah, you might want to go for something else. It takes a bit of time to get itself all sorted out. But once it's done, and it's then going to move itself back, then it's going to fold out. 27 meter. That's ridiculous. But brilliant at the same time. It's huge. Look at the state of it. So once you've done your thing, you're going to go into the field. And it's a direct drill, which is alright. You haven't got to worry about ploughing or cultivating first. You're there. It's ready. It's lowered itself down. Right, now we're going to lower it down. Turn it on. 27 meter working whip. Look at the state of that. That is ace. Right, next up is the Jungheinrich ETV 216i. This is by HR Force and Fagsroy Bell. 9.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under forklift trucks. Now, this has got a 33 horsepower engine. It's electric, so you will need to have a charging point at some point if you get one of these on the go. It's got an 8-mile-an-hour top speed and a 39.5 grand price tag. You then have the option of work lights, yes or no. You can be putting those on the front. You then got your working systems. You've got beacon light design 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Oh, here we go. A blue spot on the back, so you can see where you're reversing. A red spot, and then back to the original one. You can also change the colour. Wow, that's a lot of colours on there, I must admit. Now, this is awesome. If you've got one of those buildings that's got like loads of really tall racks, well, I've got a pallet of cheese here. And we'll zoom out quite a lot because this is going to go up really high. I mean, we could potentially put it on the side of our shed over there if we really wanted to. I mean, look how high it's going. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I'm going to have to zoom out more. That's ridiculous. I mean, I could put it... Should we try it? Is this going to tip over? I've got a feeling it might do. I mean, it's swaying. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be driving long distance like this. But, all right, let's get to the shed. Right, here we are at the shed. We didn't tip over. We're all good. So we'll come... Whoa, hold on, easy. And then we just... we'll lower it down. We're putting a bit of cheese on the garage door. Because, you know, why not? There we are. Like that. Lower it down. Is there no collision on this door? Ah, dear, oh dear. After all that, there's no collision on the door. But, all right, I mean, this goes high. Oh, very high. That is awesome. And making its return to the Farm Sim series, we've got the Lizard Road Rage. This is by Just Farming, 4.6 megabyte on the download, and I remember this when it came out. Definitely 22, potentially even earlier. Really only started playing in 19, but all right, fair enough. Now it's got a 400 horsepower engine, 74 mile an hour top speed, and a 29 grand price tag. And let's face it, it's a Mustang. It's a Ford Mustang. For want of better words to call it. You do have the option of windows. You've got your standard, you've got your tinted, you've got your GT stripes. You can have your single one, or you can have a double one. Then you've got your main colour, which, do you know what, we'll go for white. Don't normally go for white vehicles, but okay. And then you go for your design colour, because if we go that, it's the old Shelby GT colours. Haha, fair enough. Now, I will say one thing. It does look good out in the flesh, but when you start to drive it, yeah, it drives all right, but the brake calipers, they spin with the wheels. What's going on? Brakes don't work that way. Pretty sure they don't. Actually, I'm 100% sure they don't work that way. But all right, fair enough for a little bit of fun. You know, maybe going out for the night when you've finished in the field. I mean, you do have the option to open your doors. L being right stick left and right, and then R being right stick left and right is going to open the doors like that. Just wondering what's going on with those brake calipers. Next up is the Lizard AGR 1500. This is by Agrotono, 15.23 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cars. Now, it's got a 300 horsepower engine, 86 mile an hour top speed, and a 22 grand price tag, so nice and cheap. And I will say, looks like a Nissan Navara. Yeah, that's what we got in the UK anyway. So you can have the engine set up so 300 horsepower. You can then go for a 450 or back to the 300. You go for the V8. Oh yes, fair enough. You then got your Michelin 2. You then got Continental 2, and then Continental 3. Nokian, Michelin is the original ones. Now, if you do go for the second version, so like your Michelin 2s and your Continental 2s, they do have bigger wheels. And then we come down to the wheels itself. So you got your wheel setup is going to be your rim model. You know, you go through, pick whichever one takes your fancy. You then got your bumper, so you got your plastic or your body coloured. Then you got your cabin headlights. You can have an LED, a grille and headlight, a grille and LED bar, an orange beacon, a police beacon, LED and orange, LED and police, and then back to standard. And we'll come back to that in a minute. So you got your front grille. So you've got Model 1 and Model 2 on there. Going to put some extra little plastic vents in there. Fenders, yes or no. Just going to put the old extensions on. Stripes. So we've got first stripe, second stripe, 2 stripes, stripe number 3, and then back to nothing. Front headlights is going to be chrome, or you're going to have a black mask on it. Then you've got your running boards, so yes or no, put those side steps on. Then you've got your roll bar on the back, yes or no, puts a bit of rollover hoop on it. Then you've got your side mouldings, and I put my teeth in, so it's those black bits just above the old side step. You can have them on yes or no. Then you've got middle of the windows, yes or no. So that black bit of trim just there. Then you've got exhaust, left or right. Obviously out the left or out the right. Fair enough. Then you've got your service and brand stickers. So you've got your firefighter version, firefighter number 2, police. Yeah, all right then. Black police sticker. Then you've got black police with white background. Yeah, obviously. And then you've got your PRF. And then you go through all the brands. There's pretty much all in the game. are going to be on the side of this one. So we're going to go with that one because that looks awesome. Then you've got your axle whips, you've got your standard, you've got 1.66 meter, 1.72, 1.78, and then 1.84, and then back to your standard one. So you could have it, you know, pretty wide. All right, fair enough. Truck bed hitch, so you got nothing. You got your fifth wheel, your gooseneck, and then back to nothing. Camouflage. Now, I've gone for this one, the old carbon fiber, because that just looks like an American police car. It's a pickup truck, whatever you want to call it. You can then have a camouflage 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and then back to your standard. Now, if you do go for a camouflage version, whether it's the carbon fiber or one of the other ones, you will miss out on the color change option further down. Now, we do have a trailer hitch. You've got yes or no. You can put that on the back. Then you've got your window films, you've got your standard, tint 1, tint 2, 3, and then back to your standard version. You've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Then you've got your primary stripe. If we had the primary stripe on, it would be that colour. You then got your secondary stripe. Again, that changes the secondary stripe. Your mirrors, we'll go for blue. There you are. It's going to do those bits. Your front grille is going to be your front grille, obviously. Your lower part of the bumper, we'll go for green. It's going to do that bit. You then got your fenders. I mean, there's so many options on this. It's ridiculous. There you are. You got your fenders. You got your rollover hoops. That's going to be that bit on the back. You then got your running boards, which is obviously going to be your running boards down the side. You then got your rear bumper. So we'll spin it around. We'll go for a dark blue there. All right, fair enough. Then got your latches. All right, we'll go with an orange. It's going to do the door handles. Your side mouldings, if we have them still on, we'll do that one. Your seats, I mean, to be fair, that's a lightly coloured seat. That's going to get very dirty. So we'll change that up. Obviously going to do your seats in there. The middle of the seat as well. So the outside is not good enough. We can change the middle as well. Then you've got your headliner of the roof. We'll try and get a better angle. There we are. We'll go for purple. It's going to do that bit. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Man, that's a lot of options. Now, what I've gone for is more of a traditional police get-up. So, obviously, you got your flashes on the top. That's great. But it's got a great engine sound. Got a V8 on the go. Now, you do have the option to open up the back like that. And then, obviously, open up the cover as well, which is awesome. But you can get some skids on the go. Because once it gets going, you know, you can lose the back end out. Whoa! There we go. Dear, oh dear. Then obviously you race to the area where you got your dodgy mate in his Mustang. Fair enough. Next up is your Lizard D14000. This is by Solitair Modding, 38.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trucks. Now, it's got a 130 horsepower engine, 80 mile an hour top speed, and a 24.5 grand price tag. You can then change your wheel setups. You got your standard, you got your number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and then back to standard. Forward, you got your low skirt, your landmark, or all of them, or nothing. You then got horns. You got left, it's going to be on the roof. You got your right, you got both or nothing. Michelin dial. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something from back in the day. Having a little Michelin dial, definitely left or right or both. Antennas, so you got left, right or both. Placard, so you got number 1 on the top there. Oh, interesting. You got number 2. It's giving you a little different. I can't zoom in far enough to see what it's saying, but all right, fair enough. So you've got various different options on the go in there. I mean, what we've got up to, we're up to 10 different versions on that placard on the roof. And it's still going. 15 different versions on there. All right, fair enough. Exhaust, so we've got the original. You can have a chrome version or back to the original. Rear lane, so you've got the original new model. It's saying rear lane. Oh, so that bit's the bumper. Okay, fair enough. Windows, so we've got your standard version. You can have a sun protection. Then you got your tint, sun protection strip again, and then it's that. So it's sun protection or tint again. So basically, you start off with nothing. You got sun protection and a bit of tint, and with the strip, and then it just goes up further and further. Right, no worries. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Your design colour is going to do your arches. Your low skirt, we're going to go with blue. It's going to do your bumpers. Your fuel tank is obviously going to be your fuel tank. It's going to go for chrome. It's going to do, oh, it's going to be around that side, isn't it? There we are, chrome tank. And then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, you may be thinking, that's all right of a truck, but it's got nothing on the back. Wow, it comes with quite a few different things. So we've got the deck-loaded D14000. Obviously, it's going to go on the back of that. The ramps are going to come down, load some stuff on, vehicles, whatever. Jobs are good. 5.5 grand, and plus a bit of change to buy. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to do your main colour. If you don't fancy that, you could go for a tanker. This has got a 6,000 litre capacity. Does come with decorative boxes, yes or no, on the roof. All right, a couple of different versions there. Then you've got your main colour, which is going to be the main tank. Your design colour is going to be the rails. Your design colour again is going to be the mudguards. All right, fair enough. Don't fancy a tank? Well, they've got yourself a grain body there, 12,800 litre capacity. You can then change it to a bale trailer and then back to the original grain tank. Decals, yes or no on the side. And obviously, you got colour options to match up to the main vehicle. And they've also got a dumper truck part to go on the back, 12,000 litre capacity, or an extension puts up to 20,000, then back to your 12,000 original. And again, colour options to match up with your vehicle. I mean, old school truck, fair enough. I mean, go for those Michelin signs, Michelin dolls, both windows, jobs are good one. And next up is the Hardi Rubicon 9000. This is by Hispano, 42.06 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the sprayers. And this is one for big fields. I'm going to say that. It's got a 370 horsepower engine. It's got a 31 mile an hour top speed, 12,000 litre capacity tank, which is awesome. 48.5 metre working width, which is huge. That is great. 15 mile an hour working speed. Now, you do have the options of Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, and then back to Trelleborg again. Now, the standard base version is going to cost you just under 490 grand. If you go for the capacity, so it starts off at 12,000, you could put it up to 200,000 litres. Why not? 48.5 metre working width, 200,000 litre capacity, you're done. You're sorted. You're not going to need to worry about spraying the rest of the map. That is ace. You then got your main colour, which is going to be that bit. You then got your design colour, which is going to be that bit. You then got your linkages. We'll go with an orange, or yellow, whatever you want to call it. You then got your tank colour. We'll go with a red. It's going to do the tank bit. Then got your engine grid. We'll go with a bright green, so you can see it's going to be that bit on the back. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. But 200,000 litre capacity, a 48.5 metre working width. This is awesome. Right, next up is the John Deere 330 lawn tractor. This is by Solitair's Modding, 14.4 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now, it's got a 23 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour top speed, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 2.5 grand to buy. You then have the option of wheel setups. You've got your standard, you've got your rear twins. What the actual, I mean, rear twins on a little tractor like that, but all right, fair enough. Got slim fronts, and then rear twins, and then front with claws. All right, rear twins again, then rear with claws, and then rear twin with claws, and then slim fronts. You got all sorts on the go. But having rear twins on this, all right, fair enough. It is what it is. Front weights, you've got 20 kilo, 60 kilo, and then back to standard. Exhaust, you got your chrome exhaust, or chrome exhaust 2, and then standard again. Stickers on the hood? No. Family farming? Flames? Or nothing. Deere logo? Yes or no. Put it on the front grille. Hubcaps? Yes or no. Ooh. Oh, indeed. They're looking all right. Attachers, so you got your standard, you got a 3-point or standard. Now, if you're going to go for the 3-point, just bear in mind you might need to not have picked it for something that's coming up in a minute. But all right, fair enough. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be a red John Deere. Yeah, that's not going to upset a lot of people. You then got your design colour, which is going to be the grille at the front. And then your design colour again is going to be your seat. Your design colour again We'll go for dark blue. Is going to do your rims? Well, I said design colour again. But no, we've missed one. What's that design colour? Let's go for green. Didn't seem to do much. I wonder if it's because we haven't got the attacher on. No, it's not the 3-point. Oh, it's going to be the weight, isn't it? So a little look. Go back up to the weight. Where are you? Front weight. There we are. So, yes. There you are. So design colour again. When I was saying that design colour is the grille. And that goes with the main colour. Right. Okay. What's that green then? It's a mystery, but all right, we'll carry on. Now, obviously, this being a lawn tractor, well, we've got a couple of things to go with it. We've got a little blade deck, whatever you want to call it, 1.8 metre working with, 500 to buy. And then you've got your option to change, obviously, the main colour to match it up with your little tractor. And then once you're doing a bit of grassing, you're going to be able to pick it all up with this box on the back. So it starts off with a 500 litre capacity. You can put it up to a 6,000 litre capacity, 950. That's not bad. Now, when you do get it out, obviously, you are going to need to drive over the actual back itself. Maybe not do it that way, because now we can't get it back on. Can we pick it up? We've now reversed over it. Oh, we can pick it up. Oh, that's all right, because we reversed over it, and we now can. We now can't attach it. Oh, this went a lot better when I was trialing it out. Right, there. No, back up. Back up. That's it. Attach. There we are. Right. So we've got that attached. They're going to want to attach the back box. If you want to collect the old grass, that is. Now, come over here like that. There we are. Attach on the back. You may be thinking, all right, that pipe's not connecting. So what you need to do is you need to go RB and left stick in, toggle work mode. It's then going to put the pipe in. Jobs are good, and so we're going to turn it all on. Turn on loading wagon. We're then going to go into the actual tractor itself, lower the mower. We're going to go onto the mower itself, turn that on, lower that down, and away we go. Fair enough. I mean, we've had a couple of these little ride-on lawnmowers before. I think this one looks the best so far, mainly because that pipework does actually fit onto the side of it. But all right, fair enough. And next up is the Hürlimann XMT4i. This is by Gaming Flow, 17.04 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now, it's got a 110 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and a 91 gram price tag. But it's saying with an optional extra 1500. I've got nothing selected. That's making it an extra 1500. What's going on with that? So it's 92.5 grand. All right, fair enough. You can then change the engine outputs to go into 130 horsepower and then back to your 110. You then got your Trelleborg, Mitas, Michelin, Nokian, Vredestein, BKT, Continental, and then back to Trelleborg again. I mean, you got your Narrows on the go. I mean, there didn't seem any twins, although it is only a small tractor, so it can be forgiven for that one. You then got your standard on your beacons, your LED versions, or nothing. And next up is the Fendt 300 Vario Series. This is by Paul, 54.61 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under small tractors. Now, we've got two different versions here. So we've got the Vario Gen 4 and then the Vario S4. Now, they've basically got the same options. I mean, you got the Gen 4 113 to 142 horsepower engine, and then the S4 103 to 132 option on the old engine output. We're going to go for that one because it's actually got one more option that we can pick. So fair enough. So obviously you got your engine outputs just there. So that's going to be cycling through 113 to 132. No problem. No, 103 to 132. That's a bit better. Then you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, BKT, Nokian, and then Trelleborg again on the tyres. When you have got twins on this one, which is all right. Then you've got your wheel weights. So that's going to be a separate thing. So that's all right. So you get your flange, 300 kilo, and then nothing. Then you've got lines. You can have it as a power, a Profi Plus, and then a power again. So it's going to be like trim and little bits inside. No problem. Beacon lights. So we've got left. We then got right. We got both. And then nothing. Then your cabin. So you got your Panorama Cabin Visio Plus. Panorama cabin with door right. With your Visio Plus standard cabin. And then back to your original one. Mirrors. So you got your standard or electric wide mirrors. Then you got lights, halogen or LED. You then got warning signs, yes or no. Put some on the sides there. Front loader attachers, you've got the quickie, however, and nothing. Then on this one, see, this is the one that's got a different option than the other, the Gen 4. So we've got the model years, 2015 or 2020. Just changing lights, to be fair, but all right, fair enough. Main colour, so right, let's do a little Black Beauty. Why not? There we are. You got your roof colour, which is obviously going to be your roof. And then you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. We're sticking with Fendt for the next one. We've got the Fendt 900 Vario S4. Again, like the previous mod, this is by Paul. 56.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find this under large tractors. Now, this has got a 305 horsepower engine, 37 mile an hour top speed, and a 272 gram price tag. So you can change the output, well, I say output, so you can have a 40 or 50 kilometer an hour top speed with a 305 horsepower engine and a 60 kilometer an hour. Then we go for a 333 horsepower with the 3 different speeds, a 366 horsepower with the 3 different speeds, and then we're back to, well, we're up to 396 horsepower with the 3 different speeds, and then we're back to 305. So the top one is going to be 396 horsepower engine with a 60 kilometer an hour top speed. Not bad at all. You've got your BKT, Vredestein, Trelleborg, Nokian, Michelin, Mitres, and then back to your BKT again. You got your twins all round, which is all right, but to be fair, like I always say, go with the wide tyres. Just fill out the arches a bit better. Reverse driving, yes or no? Going to be put in. I say normally it puts the steering wheel on the back, but it hasn't on that one. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Wheel weight. So you got your styler, you got your flange. 300 kilos, 600, 1,000, and then back to nothing. A line, so you got your power, your Profi Plus, and then back to power again. Then you got your light and your halogen LEDs, or just straight LEDs, then LED and LED backlights, and then back to your halogen again. Beacon lights, so you got your left, you got your right, and you got nothing. Well, you got both, sorry, and then you got nothing. Then you got your designs, you got your chrome exhaust, you got your design line, and then back to start. Oh, go with that. Brighter grille, that looks awesome. Warning signs, yes or no. You then got your model year 2014 or 2018, which is just changing a few bits of plastic, to be fair, but all right, fair enough. Front PTO, yes or no. Obviously, go for that. Obviously, that's going to help you out. Definitely, if you're using, both ends of your tractor at the same time, go for that. Then you got your main colour. Well, like before, we're going to go with the old Black Beauty. 900 Black Beauty, why not? Then you got your roof colour, and then obviously you got your rim colour. Now this could be the kind of tractor you go and see the king with, because to be fair, I mean you've got a couple of things, you got the door opening and you got the roof hatch opening and whatever, but you got this Albion right stick up and down. Oh, it's gonna bell for royalty. Oh, fair enough. And next up is the John Deere 7030 Premium Series. This is by DB Modding, 35.88 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, it's got 190 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and 110 grand price tag. You can then change the engine output, so we're going from a 40 kilometer to a 50 kilometer an hour top speed. Then we go to a 203 horsepower engine with the 2 different top speeds. We then go for the 225 horsepower engine with the top speeds that are different. And then we'll go back to the 190. So 225 and 50 kilometer an hour is your top speed version. Then you've got your Trelleborg, Mitres, Michelin, Nokian, Continental, BKT, and then back to Trelleborg again. And you've got the twins all around. That's looking all right. Fair enough. Extra lights, yes or no. It's going to be putting those just above the old indicators on the front. Designs, you've got your standard, you've got your left beacon, you've got your right beacon, you've got both beacons, and then back to standard. Attachers, so you've got 660 kilo, not 600, 60 kilo front weight, 360 kilo, 560, 760, 1010, or 1010, as most people would read it. Then you got your front hydraulics, and then back to your 60 kilo front weight. Most people are going to go for the old 3-point on the front, obviously. Starfire 6000 receiver, yes or no. Just going to put that on the roof. Front loader attacher. So you've got quickie, Hower, and then nothing. And then you've got your front fenders. I'll put my teeth in, yes or no. And the last one for the day is the Fortschritt E281C pack. This is by AAA Modding, 40.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under forage harvesters. Now, this is It's definitely an old school well, I don't call it harvester. I mean, it's a forage harvester, so fair enough. Now, it's got 175 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, 20-litre tank for some reason, even though it shoots it all into a trailer. But okay, fair enough. 64 grand to buy. You do have the option of configurations. You can have standard, a brown version, a different brown version, a green version, and a custom picker, and then standard again. So if you go for the standard or any of the brown versions, you can change the rim color. But if you want to go for choose your own, go for the custom picker, then obviously change the colors up. That suits. Now, obviously, this is a forage harvester, and you're going to need something to go on the front. Well, first up, we've got this little pickup. Fair enough, 12 grand to buy, 2 meter working width, and 9 mile an hour working speed. And again, change the color to match up to whatever you picked for your main vehicle. We've also got this harvester header, and it's going to do some standard crops, to be fair, which is interesting. I mean, it's got a little built-in trailer as well. That's all right. 15 grand to buy, 4.6 meter working width, and a 6 mile an hour working speed. Yeah, let's get a trailer. Oh, that being said, did that have a trailer hitch on the back? Let's have a little look. Yes, it did. Interesting indeed. Now, this one, different sort of style. Old, back in the day sort of thing, a big old wheel on the top, getting the crops in, ready to go. But this is like a standard crop harvester header as well. Not bad. Oh, 3 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed. That's only going to cost you 14 grand. Do you know what? I like that. I mean, if you're going for the old school look on your farm, this should fit in nicely.